on an outstanding meeting. Outstanding usage of English throughout the entire meeting, our prepared speeches, our evaluators, and even those of you that didn't think you would be coming up here on the stage this evening, but had an opportunity to come up. Let's give everyone that came up to the stage a round of applause. I have something else to compliment you on this meeting that I didn't have the opportunity to say before, and that is that you managed to procure a very charming and talented general evaluator. So let's give her a hand in advance also. So, as usual, when I come to this club, I struggled to find mistakes in the English usage. But again, as usual, I felt I wouldn't be doing my responsibility if I didn't have something to say. So, with great effort, I have prepared a list of very minor suggestions for improvement and also some usages of English that I thought were especially exceptional. During the introduction, I heard someone say something like, catch his or her mind, or catch his or her heart when you're speaking to someone. That sounds like a translation from a Chinese phrase that's something that a native speaker of English would not say. We would say, get their attention, okay, or capture their attention. Also, I heard someone say, you will find another piece of sky. Is that an expression in Chinese? I wasn't quite sure what the intended meaning of that expression was, but that's okay. Later, I was very impressed with our Toastmasters of the evening. Congratulations to you two. Give them a round of applause also. You had very good stage presence and very good interaction between the two of you. I wrote down one phrase that I appreciated. I think it was Ivan that said, "You are old, but I am experienced." And I like that very much. So that would make me the most experienced person in the room. I have a suggestion for all speakers. We tend to close our presentation or our speech by saying Toastmaster of the evening. Okay, when you do that, you're handing control over to the Toastmasters of the evening. It would be most appropriate if you turn to them when you address them. I think some people are just happy that their speech is over and they say, "Oh, Toastmaster of the evening," and then they're finished with their speech. But you're actually speaking to those people when you say that, and so it would be most appropriate if you turn to them when you speak. When the timing rules were being introduced, the timer said you have 30 seconds to leeway, but leeway is a noun, not a verb, and so we would say 30 seconds of leeway. Or 30 seconds of leeway. Later, when the variety session was the instructions for the variety session were being given, the person presenting the variety session had to explain the situation where they are holding someone else's name in their hand, and you need to introduce that person. And I heard them say, the person with your name on your hand, whereas we could say, the person whose name you are holding. So you need to introduce the person whose name you are holding. That is, the name written on the card that you are holding in your hand. Okay, again, later during the table topic session, I heard someone say that they wanted a job which needs to interact with other people. Okay, the problem with that sentence is that it's not the job that interacts with other people, but rather you yourself that interacts with other people, right? So we would say, I'm looking for a job where I would be able to interact with other people, or I would have to interact with other people. Okay, just before the introduction of Michelle's speech, our Toastmasters, I believe, used the word alumnus, or alumni. So two things about that. The first is that people don't have alumni. Only a school has alumni. So NTU has alumni, my home school has alumni. Secondly, just to make you aware, alumnus or alumni is a very difficult word to use correctly in English. It's Latin. Alumnus is singular, alumni is plural, but technically, to be correct, there's also, as a Latin word, it has a gender also. So if there's one single female alum, then it's an alumnae, I think. And then if there are many female alumni, then they have certain names. Anyway, just to call your attention to the fact that that word is a little bit complicated. Okay, our first prepared speaker, Michelle, gave a... No, I'm sorry, excuse me. First prepared speaker was Victor. But I covered that when I mentioned interacting with other people. Okay, our second prepared speaker was Michelle. Also gave a very wonderful speech. I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to visit Hawaii several times, and it is a very beautiful place.